you have a rainbow within you. You have a rainbow within you. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Sometimes you just don't realize it. And when you do realize it, it will give you natural confidence. It will give you so much more of an enjoyable experience of life. And in this video, I'll show you how to see that rainbow within you, to be able to experience it fully. This is the Rich Life Realization Podcast, where we explore the richest life possible, because we have such an amazing life around us if we realize it, if we notice it. But a lot of the times we're looking in the other direction. So it's an invitation for you to look in the way of your own richness of your life. And today we're going to be talking about a fun subject: the rainbow within, and how I like to help other people find and reveal their own rainbow. What is it that I mean by a rainbow? Well, a rainbow has multiple colors within it. It is a spectrum. And just like that, you have a spectrum of who you really are. The fun thing about a rainbow is it comes from light. From light that glints off of water vapors. And so you're seeing the water in the air. You are seeing something that is not tangible. When we were kids, we thought, oh, we're going to find the rainbow. Maybe, or maybe you're still looking for the rainbow, the end of the rainbow for the pot of gold. But because when we move towards it, it changes the perspective, because we're seeing the water vapor, so it moves along with us. It is a spectrum. It is a fullness. And you have a fullness of who you are, of who you really are. And it comes from that mixture, that the light and the water vapor. It comes often after a storm. And sometimes we see the rainbow after our most challenging times, our most stormy times. It is a vibrancy, a richness, so many different hues and textures of color. It is beautiful, so beautiful. It's kind of magical too. You are beautiful, and you are magical. It is something that is a part of who we already are, a part of our true nature. It is wondrous, makes us wonder. When we see it, it's special. Kids are always so excited when they get to see a rainbow. Ooh, double rainbow all the way. Adults are excited too. So it's not always there. It's a little bit more rare sometimes, but it doesn't have to be. You can share your richness more often. And again, I'll tell you how. Tell you how to find it within yourself. The rainbow of who you are is amazing. You're amazing. And I don't mean the word like kind of a lame word now. Like oh, that book was amazing. But when the astronauts would go out into space and they would try and describe what they're seeing, it's amazing. And the word did not encapsulate the truth, the expansive vision that they had of what was out there, what was really there. I mean it like they tried to mean it. You are amazing, like the sky through the vision of an astronaut seeing it for the first time takes your breath away. And when you are in touch with that rainbow fullness of yourself, you take other people's breath away. What I like to do when I coach people, what I'm trying to do is I am trying to connect with that richness, that vibrancy, that rainbow within me, the fullness, all of the colors of who I am, of who I really am, not who I think I am up here. Who I think I am is just a thought. It's kind of made up. Oh, I am rich. That's fake. It's just a thought isn't even real. It crests and dissipates. It disappears. That is the nature of a thought. And who I am is made of thought. Part of that rainbow, yeah, but not the whole rainbow. Not the whole rainbow. So I connect with who I am, and I have to translate that into words. And I use a prism, kind of at the center. And what that prism does is it translates that rainbow into light. So it might not look like anything when I speak, but look for what's underneath. Look for the rainbow within that plain white light of words that I'm trying to use to describe the rainbow within me and you. And I translate it because I can't do it any other way. I have to express it using this tool. And what I'm trying to do with the tool is you have a prism too. And when the light hits it just right, it becomes a rainbow within you. that is when that knowing, and it's not intellectual, it is, you can call it spiritual knowing or infinite knowing. Again, the words don't matter. The words are just the light. They're not the rainbow. I'm trying to describe the rainbow. And if I can hit it, then you see the rainbow within you. And that is a gift. It's not a gift I can give. It's a gift I can spark, maybe. But it is more valuable than anything that I could ever do. That's why I do this. That's why I coach people and do these videos. Because I want more than anything for you to be able to see the rainbow within you. How amazing like the sky you are. How expansive and full and vibrant you are. And if I can do that, that's awesome. It's awesome. A lot of it is kind of inviting people to remove the block that they have of light hitting their prism. Because some people are scared of the light hitting their prism. Some people are afraid of the rainbow within them, the fullness of who they are. They're afraid of that, so they block. I think that they're afraid that it will be too overwhelming, or that it will be not enough, or that it will be judged. But if you truly hit your prism, if you are letting it drop, you're removing the block, removing what you have in the way, then you're going to see the rainbow within. And I promise that it is not something that people can judge or take away from me. I think that's the fear, is that if I see it within me, it will be able to be snatched away. But the funny thing is that you snatch it away from yourself before that can even happen. Can't you see? By doing that, you are taking it away from yourself. And that's a shame. It really is. The world needs your rainbow. It really does. It is aching for it. It desperately needs the fullness of who you really are. It really does. And I can see it in people sometimes, more and more. I can see it. I can see past the block. I'll be like, you got a rainbow within you. You can't hide it from me. Yeah. And that's what I do. And I promise to share with you how to see it within yourself. Since it's within you, so you're not going to find it in a book. or in a training, or in a habit, or in another person, a guru, a spiritual leader. I am not your guru. No, it can be sparked by some of those things, but it's really within you. Sydney Banks always says, he's a Scottish mystic, and he says, look within. And he doesn't mean within your body. He means within who you really are. And there is something that is blocking you from connecting with that, from seeing with that. And there is something that you can only maybe see half of it. Like you're blocking some of the colors. You might think, oh, I'm really a red person. Yeah, I'm really a red person. And that's just who I am. That's just how I was born, you know? But you don't realize you're blocking all of the other colors. Or you know what, everybody just tells me I'm a purple person. And maybe that's what they see in you. They might be blocking some of your other colors. They can do that. You drop what's in the way. It is not an additive formula. It is not a this plus this equals this. It is who you really are, the rainbow of who you really are, minus what's in the way, equals you. That's the formula. And it's okay if you block it. You do it innocently. You don't mean to. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're blocking it. When you bring awareness to the fact that I'm blocking it, start to look for yourself. Am I blocking the fullness of who I am? And if you are, fine, totally fine. It's the noticing that will help you let you drop it. It's the understanding that I am really a rainbow within, and I know I am. And there's a part of you that knows you are, but there's a part of you up here in your personal mind that doesn't think you are, that doesn't think you're good enough, that thinks that you're a failure or you're not perfect, that thinks that you aren't good enough, a good enough friend, a good enough worker, a good enough spouse, a good enough boyfriend or girlfriend, a good enough parent, good enough person. That's coming from up here, from recycled thoughts, borrowed thoughts from society, from our parents, from our friends, from our childhood. It's old. They're stale. They're like, oh, this thought again? They're recycled over and over in your head, taking you away from that richness of who you really are. When you see that, when you really understand that, you can drop them more and more. You can let them go, not give energy to them. See them as the illusions, what's standing in the way, what's blocking your richness, your rainbow fullness, yourself. When you start to do that, It's freedom. And you might forget. You might mess it up. You might get lost in it. And do it again and again. I'll still get lost in it. I don't experience the fullness of who I really am in every single moment. Hell no. I'm human. I'm a part of this human existence. I forget. I get lost. I lose myself. But I'll come back to it. And the cool thing is that it is infinite. There is always more to see of that rainbow self. Doesn't even take into account other frequencies and wavelengths of color. There is so much more to see of who you really are. And the only price is to drop who you think you are. That is the ticket. And really just notice, where am I right now? Am I connected? And if I'm not, it's fine. Don't judge yourself for it. If you judge yourself for it, it will start to spiral into a dog chasing its own tail. Oh, and guess what? Don't judge yourself for judging yourself for it. How about just don't even worry about it? That's easier. Because then we're just starting to get into these like mirror, like infinite mirror situations. Don't judge yourself for judging yourself, for judging yourself, for judging yourself. Who you really are is a rainbow. If I can use these words to hit your prism, then I'll keep doing it. I'm going to keep trying. And what you can do is be open. Be open and trusting that if you see who you really are, that it can't be taken away, can't be judged, doesn't even understand judgment. If it's judged, it's people not seeing the fullness of your rainbow. And too bad for them. Too bad for them. They don't get to see the richness of who you are. And that's, man, they're freaking missing out. They are missing out. But you know what? Don't blind yourself from it because they can't see it. Don't take it away before they can try to. You think but they can't take it away. You think they can, but they can't. Don't snatch it away from yourself. If you see a rainbow in somebody else, would you do me a favor? Would you share this video with them? Because I'm not going to run any ads on this. I'm not going to do any sales on this or anything like that, because what I really care about is my inner rainbow being translated so that you can see yours. And so if you see a rainbow within somebody else and they don't see it within themselves, please share this video with them. This was the Rich Life Realization podcast, where we explore the richest life possible. And guess what? You have a rainbow within yourself right